Welcome to step 1. We just made the video on step 0, avoiding arbitration. Now we're in step 1, where to get your credit report. Hi, this is consumer protection attorney Bill Clanton. I've helped thousands of consumers deal with credit reporting errors, debt collection harassment, all kinds of other consumer-related matters. So today we're talking about where to get your credit report. First, we'll talk about where to get it, why to get it there, where not to get it, and finally, what to do if you have problems getting your credit report. Okay, if you watched the last video, it's not going to come as a surprise where we say to get your credit report from. And that's annualcreditreport.com. Annualcreditreport.com is the source for your credit report. The bureaus have said they're going to permanently put in the once a week for free credit report access. It used to be annual, as the name implies, but now it's a weekly credit report. It's free. Now, when you log in, they'll try to sell you your credit score or maybe some other service. They're allowed to do that. What they're not allowed to do is charge you for your credit report, and that's what we need, is the credit report. Now, why do you want to get it from annualcreditreport.com? Because it's the official statement of the credit bureaus. So the credit bureaus are subparts of the companies with the credit bureau names. That makes sense. So TransUnion, the credit bureau, is a part of TransUnion, the company. Same with Experian and Equifax. So when you get it from annualcreditreport.com, you're getting the statement from the credit bureau part of the company. And this goes into why you should not get it somewhere else. Now, there are all kinds of companies that are willing to sell you your credit report. And there's all kinds of credit monitoring services that some are free, some have a charge. Credit Karma is one of the most popular ones. Your Credit Karma credit report is not from TransUnion or Equifax or Experian. It's from Credit Karma. They are repeating what the bureaus are reporting. And so it's hearsay in court. If you try to rely on what Credit Karma says about your credit report, you're not relying on your credit report. It's not coming from the source. And so that is inadmissible in court. It's hearsay. It's repeating what somebody else has said. So you can try to buy your credit report from TransUnion Interactive or Experian or Equifax. They'll sell you a copy of your credit report. But when you buy it from them, you're not buying it from the credit reporting portion of the company. There's a case called Miller. We made a video on it a while back. We'll put a link to it. But in Miller purchased their credit report from TransUnion Interactive and not from TransUnion. And so they got a TransUnion Interactive report, which is not their credit report. It's TransUnion Interactive's product that appears to be a credit report, but it's really not. And so the court in that case said that because this was not TransUnion, the credit bureau statement, it was TransUnion Interactive's credit reporting product, they couldn't bring a case against TransUnion for mistaken reporting. The courts slice and dice these things pretty thinly sometimes, and that's one of those cases. Now, all the bureaus sell some similar product, and be on the lookout for that. So how can you tell what you've got in your hands is an actual credit report? A credit report issued by the credit bureaus will have a credit report number on it. Look for that number. If it does not contain a credit report number, then it's something similar to a credit report, but it's not an actual credit report, which is what you need. It's the only way you can dispute and potentially litigate a case against the credit bureaus. Okay, so what happens if you have problems getting your credit report? So when you go to annualcreditreport.com, you'll be asked to enter information. They'll ask you questions about, you have a car note and original principal balance is this amount. Select 1, 2, or 3. You have a home mortgage and it's being serviced by which of these companies, right? You answer a few of those questions and then they let you access your credit report. This is information that only you should know about your credit history. But what happens if you're the victim of identity theft or you have a mixed file? Then you may not know the answers, or you may get those questions wrong, and you may not be able to access your credit report. So we'll put a link to it below, but at annualcreditreport.com, you can find a PDF form that you can fill out and mail in with a copy of your ID and or your social security card or a current utility bill. And then you will get a copy of your credit report, an actual physical copy of your credit report from the credit bureaus. It'll have the report number on it, and it'll be a product of the credit bureaus to be printed out by them rather than put onto a web page. The experts I've talked to say that these printed reports contain more information based on our layout and some other things than a printed out credit report from annualcreditreport.com. So it may be a good idea to order by mail just for kicks, just to see what you get in. That process usually takes folks about 2 weeks. Oh, and while you're at annualcreditreport.com, you'll notice that each of the credit bureaus displays the information a little bit differently. Some of them have a print button, and when you go to that print button, you can print it as a PDF to save a copy of your credit report as a PDF file so you can reference it later. Copying the link won't work. You have to print it as a PDF, whether it's put on the web page itself or you have to find it in the browser and hit print as PDF. You can always save that page as a PDF, which is what you should do each and every time you access your credit report at annualcreditreport.com. Well, now you know how to get your credit report, why to get it from annualcreditreport.com, and why to avoid any other source of your credit report. If you have any questions, let me know. Put a comment down below. I read all the comments. I try to reply to most of them. Thanks for watching, and be on the lookout for step 2. Once you have all three credit reports in hand, you can start with step 2, which is reviewing your credit reports for inaccuracies, and it helps to have all 3 in front of you so that you can compare one bureau to the other. All right. Thanks for watching.